Hi, I'm Nigel. I'm just one of the readers here on Psychic Today. I often get a lot of questions on how can I develop as a psychic? How can I develop as a medium? So I'm just going to do this little video just to kind of explain you, so you can understand your skills, your talents, because the thing about being a psychic or a medium is that you are uniquely different. Okay? First thing you need to remember is who you are as a person is going to dictate who you are as a psychic or as a medium. Now, me, I'm terrible at names. If you tell me your name, I'll probably forget it 10 minutes later. I'm just horrendous at remembering names. They go in one ear and straight out the other. And when I go and do my mediumship, guess what? I'm really bad with names. So I've had to work on that. I've had to work and listen to nothing but videos of children's names, like the top 100 kids' names and names from the past, and try to get myself to remember. So when I meet somebody on the street or I talk to somebody, I'm going to try to remember their name. And that's now starting to help in my mediumship. So who you are as a person is going to influence your psychic, your mediumship. If you're a very sensitive person, you may be using your clairsentient, which is the psychic sense of feeling. If you're a very visual person, I am too. I'm very good at remembering where I've been and places and what they look like. You may be clairvoyant. It may show in that way. I'm not clairaudient in the spirit world, but if you're maybe a good listener, maybe that's the thing of your clairaudience kind of coming in. I'm also colorblind, really bad with colors. So I can't see the aura, but I can feel the aura because, again, I'm a very feely, tactile, touchy person, and I feel auras. When I connect to people, I'm feeling your aura. So who you are as a person is going to dictate, in a way, how you work as a psychic, how you medium. So your strengths now as a person is what you need to develop. You need to develop the parts of you that think don't work. So that then goes into your psychic and into your mediumship. Another key thing also is to tell yourself that you are psychic and medium. It is a really hard thing to do, to actually trust it. Trust is the worst thing. You've got to trust the information that you get, if it's on a psychic level, on a soul to soul or aura to aura level, or it's on a spirit where you've got a spirit communicator telling you information. Can you trust it? At the start, you've got to be prepared to get the no's because it's part of your training. How do I deal with it? Where did I go wrong? But first, tell yourself that I am psychic. I think if you're watching this video or you're always curious about the spirit world or the psychic world, I think there's always something there. No one can ever develop a psychic or a medium. We unfold it. It is a gift within the aura, it is a gift within the soul, and it needs to be brought out to you. It's almost like being a football player. I can kick a football, I can play with some 8-year-olds playing football, but I'll never be a championship. I'll never be Premier League. I'll never play for England. That's not part of me. And maybe you got psychic or you got mediumship in there, and maybe you're good enough to make a link. Maybe you're good enough then to get really strong links and really good evidence. But you have to work on it. You have to work really, really hard on yourself. So that gives me into the next one, is personal self-development. Great mediums of the past worked on themselves. They worked on their spirituality. They worked on their connection to other people, constantly on themselves, going into meditation. If you want to be a medium, you need to develop power. The power's in the soul. That's what the spirit use when they come here. They take part of your power of your soul so they can learn to connect. Especially when you want to be a trance medium or physical medium, you need power. So you've got to constantly spend years developing that power. You've got to spend years developing your connection with the spirit world or the psychic world, using your senses of clairvoyant, clairsentient, okay? So you've got to get to know you. You've got to work on yourself, okay? Major important. Without that, your mediumship doesn't flourish so much. And the next one is be you. and be that spiritual you, not the physical. Mediumship, psychic, it's got nothing to do with the physical body. Really, let's get the brain and just put it to one side. Let's just remove it. Because you don't use this. This gets in the way. This noggin gets in the way. What you need is to start to learn to tune into your soul. So do exercises like meditation, of sitting to blend with your own soul. I talk to my own soul. I don't talk to myself, honestly, but I do talk to my own soul. And it helps me and it guides me. Remember, it's there for you to use. Your guides, your spirit team are there. You'll have an entire department of spirit guides helping you with your psychic and physical development. So you've got to learn to choose into them. You've got to learn to start blending with them and knowing that they are there. One of the best little exercises I call is the okie dokie. Get yourself ready, get yourself in that nice little zone, that nice little place. So you go into a deep meditation. Again, if you know about sitting in the power, that'd be even better to go into the spiritual power. You first got to start feeling your own soul. I feel the power of my soul. I feel there's a tingling sensation on my head and also on top of my head, and sometimes I'll feel it on the third eye. When my spirit team comes in, it's different. It's almost like every hair on my body stands on edge. I get cold. I get really cold. The bottom of my legs become really, really almost freezing. And I get this sensation of a pull, like the pulling on me. And usually it's on the right-hand side. I know I'm connecting to one of my spirit team. I even got a spirit guide who does something physical to my body. I'm not going to tell you what that is, because that's what they do to me, and I know it'll always be them, so I'm never going to give it away. You will have what we call telltale signs when your spirit team are close to you. So get yourself in that wonderful, beautiful place of peace and calm. Learn to tune into yourself by spending time with yourself, and then put the foot out to the spirit world. Will you come and work with me? Will you come and blend with me? Ask them to come in deep into your own aura. And if you either get a feeling, a knowing, a sensation, or an image, say thank you, then ask them to step back. And then do it again. And then ask them to step back. And then you ask for another guy to come in, and maybe they'll do something completely different. Maybe where you got an image or a colour before, one of them will give you a physical feeling like you got a tapping on your shoulder. And then you ask them to step back, and you ask them to come forward again. Then maybe ask them to come both at the same time. Don't worry if you don't get anything the first time. It takes time, it takes development. But that's one of the great ways of developing that connection to your spirit team, so then they can help you connect and move on as well. So then just a couple of ways we can connect. It's a couple of ways that you can learn to develop. So keep on practicing and get to know yourself and do your self-development. I'm Nigel. I'm just one of the many psychics here on Psychic Today. You can get through to me on my PIN number, which is 7088.